So when I was little, around 4 or 5, my parents got a divorce, and that really crushed me, and it made me sink into myself a little bit and kind of bottle up all of my feelings and emotions throughout my life. And I didn't realize that at the time, but later looking back, that's really what happened to me, and I just bottled everything up. So going through high school, I was living with my mom, and I had a lot of independence. She was always working, and so with that, I thought I was gonna do it on my own. And so I had success with sports. I was playing football, I was playing baseball, and I was doing them both successfully at a big school in Georgia right outside of Atlanta. And over there, that's huge. So I had a lot of popularity. I had football going for me, I had baseball going for me. With that came all the friends and the attraction from girls back then. So I had pretty much everything you could want as a high school student. And with that said, during that whole time, my mom was kind of making me go to church, but I didn't want to go. I was there at church, I was listening and hearing everything, but I wasn't really having anything sink into my heart, and I definitely didn't have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. So I went about it on my own way. What I thought I could control was basically everything in my life. And I had good grades. I had a 4.0 GPA. I had all the girlfriends I could have wanted. I had popularity. And on the outside, you would have thought I had everything that you could have wanted. But still, I was very unhappy on the inside. So I ended up choosing to go to Mercer University and play college baseball there. And so sophomore year, there was one day where I just got really upset, and I used to go on jogs to kind of clear my head when I was upset. And I took off on the run thinking it was going to be like any other run, maybe 2 miles and then come back, because the most I had ever ran was about 3 or 4 miles at most. I calculated it later, and I ended up running around 12 miles. And I just could not run the pain and the anger and the emptiness off of my heart, and I was just so upset about something. And I ended up stopping in this little grassy kind of grove area. It was kind of secluded from the campus, and I just ended up getting down on my knees and begging for help. I prayed to God that day, and I just begged for help, and I just said, hey, I don't want to do this on my own anymore. I want you in my life controlling everything. And from that day on, that's when I started taking my step towards God, and He met me halfway. He met me the rest of the way. If you know me on the baseball field, you know that speed is one of my things, and being able to run is one of my skills that God has given me. Well, that was the day that I stopped running from the Lord and started pursuing Him. So I began going to church more regularly. I wanted to hear and learn and just grow in my faith, and then I just started wanting to learn and grow and just hear from God. So that's one of the biggest things. And the other thing that goes along with all that was I started praying more and talking to God. And so when I would talk to God, I would just ask Him for help. I would ask Him for direction in my life. And for those of you out there watching this, I would tell you that committing my life to God was the best decision that I've ever made. I would not go back and change any part of that. The reason being, before, I felt so much emptiness in my heart throughout my life. I was living for myself. I had no direction. All I was doing was deciding things that I thought that I could control. And after I made that decision, my heart is just full of peace and joy, and I was finally able to just relax in my life and just enjoy it. And my life has been so much better going forward. Some people think that when you commit yourself to God, you have to give up all these other things of the world. But really, you're gaining things that God has planned for you that you don't even know that are out there yet. So I would just say that committing yourself to God, I would definitely recommend doing it. And I never will go back from that decision that I made. Hi, I'm Billy Burns, and I play for Him.